Coach, you extended the home win streak to 25 games, but obviously it didn't come easy. What are your thoughts on today's wins against Colgate?
I mean, anytime that we can walk away with a win, it's great. However, I wasn't totally happy with our overall performance today. I think we got to do a better job, offensively for one, and two, defensively. I think we gave them too many opportunities by simple mistakes. And, defense is going to win games. We got to be able to make plays. And, I feel like we have enough offense that we can generate some runs, but we got to be able to hold them. And I do think Colgate has a really strong offense. So you can't give them extra outs.
And then speaking of Colgate's offense, I mean, they had 3 home runs in that second game. What did you think went wrong there? Or was that more Colgate's power?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's going to happen, and I talked to Allie Boas after the game, and I just told her, I said, home runs don't bother me, walks do, and that's always been my philosophy. I mean, if someone's going to take a pitch and hit it out of the park, good for them. And sometimes you have to kind of give hats off to the opponent and say, all right, good job. And, they happen to do it 3 times. So, it's one of those pieces. I think the back-to-back was really tough, but, she was able to kind of generate and get some outs. But yeah, I mean, you're going to have good days and bad days. And that's the sport is really crazy because you got to be able to fight through it. And today just wasn't her day. And that's okay. And I think that's the part that she has to recognize. And yeah, I mean, home runs are going to happen and we're going to let them up. And that's the way it goes. But, I think maybe in the third or the fourth, I looked at the team and I'm like, all right, what are you made of? Who are we? What are we made of? Do we have the ability to come back? We did it against BC in the 7th, but, can we do it a little bit earlier? And I do think their offensive response and just them at the plate, their approach, taking some walks, some timely hits. I think that obviously, was a great step for us to see. And, we're constantly building our identity. And I think sometimes you have to have days like this to kind of figure out the grit and resistance and resilience that we do have. And, I hope that we can learn from this and get better tomorrow.
And you've mentioned in the past how you want to get Emily Gantt more into the lineup or into the circle rather. I mean, what did you think of her performance in relief in the second game?
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed with Em. I thought she did great. I think she came in the first 3 batters she faced were strikeouts. So I think Em just getting back into the swing of things. I mean, for her, I had her warmed up in game 1 to come in behind Allie, and then I had her obviously warmed up in game 2 to come in behind the other Allie. And Em owns her role, and she's a kid that wants to be on the mound, wants the ball. We're just trying to figure out how to best take care of her, and I think that's the piece right now that we're working through. Offensively, obviously, she didn't have a great day at the plate. But she's someone that's going to be in our lineup. And if she can be in the circle and hitting for us, I mean, that just helps our team out. So, hey, the more, the better, so if she can jump on and kind of jump into this mix and be really strong with Vale Dubois, we obviously know what that looks like. And, if Allie Boas can come back tomorrow and do a better job, I mean, the 3 of them are incredibly talented.
And you've mentioned in the past how it's always an opportunity for someone else to step up. And the second game, Alex Rose-Molinar came up with a big leadoff double that led to that 3-run inning.
Yeah, I mean, I think Alex Rose has incredible talent. I think it's just a matter of freshmen kind of finding their way and figuring things out. And there's growing pains with it. You're going to make mistakes. And it's a piece that when I look at her, I think that she just has pure athleticism. She's really versatile. I think she's, a great second baseman. I think she might be an even better shortstop. So it's one of those pieces where, hey, this sport, unfortunately stats don't lie. You have to be able to get things done. And I think for her to step in today and step up with a huge hit, I mean, that makes a difference, that gives her an opportunity tomorrow. So there's a lot of pressure in this sport and you have to perform. And that's the way it goes. And I thought she did a really great job today. And, I want her to settle in and be comfortable because I think she's someone that can really help us.
Well, and speaking of pressure, you had a couple other freshmen make some big outs defensively, one by Lauren Keller in right field in the first game, and then Kale Ronson to end the second game at second. I mean, what have you been working on with the team, and what do those 2 plays say about those 2 players?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lauren Keller flies under the radar. She really is an incredible outfielder. So I look at AJ all the time as the example, right? I mean, she just does things kind of so flawlessly. And, Lauren Keller has incredible read on the ball, right? Her first step is always in the right direction. And I thought that was an incredible ball to catch. but it's interesting because I feel like she makes it look routine. So a lot of people are like, oh, okay, fly ball. Whereas, if you know the game, you've seen the game a lot, you're like, that wasn't just a fly ball, that was a shot. And then the line drive, obviously, to end the game by Kayla Brunson. I mean, this is a kid who offensively right now is like trying to get herself out of a slump, trying to battle, trying to fight. She shows up every day and works hard. So to me, I'm glad that she was able to make that play. I'm glad she got to end the day and walk home knowing that she helped this team win. But the freshman class is super talented. It's literally just getting experience. And, you have a lot of veterans on the field and we're trying to mix them in here and there. And, it's a matter of, who can kind of handle the opportunity and take it and run with it. But this happens to a lot of freshmen where they bounce in and out of the lineup. And Lauren Keller's been able to stay. And I think Kayla Ronson's someone that's going to help us out hugely in the end. So I have a lot of faith in her. It's just offensively right now, she's struggling a little bit.
And what did you think of Vale Dubois' pitching today? I mean, obviously she gets the win, the save, but only had 2 strikeouts. Is that more Colgate doing a good job making contact on her pitches, or do you think it was a little 50-50?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the umpire zone, I think she had to really come over the plate. And I think obviously anytime as a pitcher where you have to really come over the plate to get strike calls, they're going to make contact. And, Allie does a great job of pitching to contact. And, there's days where she's going to have a lot of strikeouts and there's days where she's going to have weak ground balls. I think there's 2 pieces that were really kind of hit hard off of her. One was an out, one wasn't. But Allie does a great job of mixing it up. I think for us, I think Colgate was prepared. I think they were ready. They were in the back of the box. They were sitting drop ball. So I think that she battled through, with a tight strike zone and a good offensive team. But I was happy with what Allie did. Obviously the last pitch, it was funny because I told her to get that like 2 balls off and she's like, I swear I got that 2 balls off. So that's, hats off to Colgate because that's a great piece of hitting if you're taking a ball that far off the plate and driving up the middle. So yeah, I thought Allie did great. I mean, Allie's the type of kid that's going to show up when she's on the mound. We have a chance to win. So, we just have to obviously, get her some run support and do our thing behind her.
Well, and speaking of hitting, she doesn't get many opportunities to drive in players, but Kaylin Coker had the big 2 RBI single and what proved to be the difference in the game.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing with Kate. I mean, Kate's the type of kid that is she wants to get it done. She wants to be that big hit, right? And I think for her today, that last at bat, she just simplified. And I think that's the piece that like makes her so deadly that she can hit for power, but she also can just simplify, and take a tougher pitch and just poke it up the middle. And I think she overswung a couple times today, but Kate Coker to me is an offensive catalyst. I think her, Lauren, and AJ right now, the 3 of them, I mean, those are 3 tough people to really get out. And then you have Emily Gantt coming behind who has the ability to bunt for a hit for power, hit for average, has some speed. So, I'm happy with obviously where Coker's at. I think for her, when you look at the top of the lineup, those 4 have to do something. When those 4 get on or do something, our team is better for it. When the end of the order gets on for them, our team is better for it. So, we rely on them. And I think that they own that position. I think that they like the fact that, there's a little bit more pressure on them and they're the ones that can get it done.
Well, and then finally, I mean, speaking of pressure, obviously you lead the country with the active home win streak. How do you think the team is kind of handling that? And what did you tell them going into tomorrow's games against Colgate?
I told them that Colgate believes leaving today that they can beat us. And I think that's a piece that they need to go home with. And, anybody can beat you on any given day. And we have a lot of pride in our field. We always have, but there's ownership to that. We have to play a better defensive game, a better offensive game, to own that piece. So, the record's the record. It's one of those pieces where, hey, it's really cool. It just shows you how much we love playing at home. But, losses are going to come, right? And that's the way it goes. I think for us, we just need to do a better job of preparing ourselves for the end of April into May that we're playing our best softball. And, if you asked me today if that was our best softball, I would tell you that looks like we just came out of the TTC and we're at Providence. So I think as a coach, you understand there's going to be good days and bad days. And I was just really proud that they grinded it out. But yeah, I mean, a win streak's a win streak. We really don't care about it. We care that we set ourselves up really well in the Patriot League to host or, to make that top 4.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.